Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Holding Space. Melinda Zapone, the subscription warehouse for all the material for the Toolbox Approach curriculum and the future warehouse of You Are Not Broken University, where we're going to learn and grow and graduate into our lives. We are also doubling up this content and crossing it over to Enya, Everyone Needs You Always podcast on Spotify, and Enya, Everyone Needs You Always on YouTube as well. So, yay, excitement. And I'm really excited because I'm starting to have fun finally on my healing journey. I'm this person now who is feeling the healing taking presence and really believing in my own approach through just trying to manifest it into every corner of sharing, helping, being, living that I can. So let's just go. Let's just go, go, go. Manifesting without the woo woo is the topic today. And that means cultivating right relationship with the use of the toolbox approach. This is real talk for real people where we explore manifestation. Not as Hogwarts magic, though, but as heart work. I want to stop that kind of like idea that it's passive wishing and start our right relationship with what we want. Here at Holding Space Subscription, our mission is to put real practical tools for inner work into your hands, tools you can apply in everyday life and on your healing journey and in your relationships. These tools are designed to support your unique healing journey, organized into clear phases so you can stay grounded and on track. Inside the Toolbox Approach, which I registered trademarked not to own it, but to believe more in it. You will find three phases of healing: narrative healing, reprocessing healing, and relational healing. After decades of walking my own path, supporting others, and training through heartache and hard work, I became certified in trauma informed therapy modalities, and I still pursue new programs annually, every year, multiple times a year. Yet nothing teaches me more than creating tools, using them myself, and testing them with workshop participants, therapy clients, and even writing communities. In fact, even my hiking buddies get a dose of these tools. Manifesting a self that is committed to this work and for life wasn't about wishing or dreaming. It was about being it and doing it. It meant creating tools, teaching my brain and body to trust the process, and aligning my spirit with that purpose. I was manifesting without even knowing it. Ironically, I always resisted the manifestation trend, despite seeming like the type. I know, I own it. I'm positive. I own a crystal or two. I'm a yoga chick. But even though I was the type, I wasn't into it. I never wanted to jump on the bandwagon of hoping the universe would provide. Honestly, an abundance mindset felt threatening at first. While I was dedicated to healing my survival mode living, I was still attached to suffering through, being the last to leave and sacrificing something for growth. So I was shocked to find myself ending my You Are Not Broken book launch with more content bursting out of me. Then the workshop series, Facing Your Instability, it ended too, and I realized I'd begun something that last night. Finding the lighted path, and noticed a new tool emerging based on finding stability and pleasure in visioning what you want. This was a core missing piece to why we feel unstable. We are not having enough fun on the journey. We believe we don't have it within, that there are problems to fix. And while my approach is all about breaking free from fixing, it did not offer guidance on how to face a healing journey as a fun thing that helps you manifest the right relationship with yourself in a relational healing phase that is really perpetual and never ends. So I researched manifesting. When researching manifesting, there's a lot of focus on how to access abundance and finding the right partner. I was uncomfortable immediately when reading about having to envision what you want. The word want had emotional triggers. It always has been safer for me and my broken narrative to learn how to make do with less, and the word still triggered that wiring. I have always wanted to see energy, positive energy coming off things, so I read on trying to access that. I learned that manifesting is the act of bringing something into existence with your mind. It's based on the idea that everything in the universe is made of energy and that energy vibrates at different frequencies. I knew I believed this too and sensed I was coming back to a lighted path somehow as I researched on. I interpreted what I learned to mean that manifestation is about aligning your vibration with the vibration of what you want, not just wanting things materially. And so perhaps it is like aligning and attracting the right energy into your life. I felt a confronting tingle. Was I accidentally and more often aligned with what I don't want? I don't want to be hurt, manipulated, or undervalued again. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to be lacking a toolbox full of emotional stability tools like before, when all I heard internally was, "You are so broken," instead of the reverse message I channel now. Oh boy. The only thing I wanted was to share tools and democratize mental health, but that vibration was pretty high and I was feeling really exposed. Was I operating in a low vibration outside of my mission? I realized I was supposed to be putting more effort into accessing something I wanted outside of that. There were some examples. For example, if you want to manifest money, you need to feel abundant, grateful, and confident. If you want to manifest health, you need to feel healthy, happy, and energetic. And if you want to manifest love, you need to feel loved, loving, and worthy. But that needed more substance to it. So my research went on, and I realized that one shouldn't worry about how, when, or where your manifestation will happen. It should be guided by steps you can trust. You just need to trust that the universe will deliver it to you in the best possible way and at the right time if you follow intentional steps that could be, yes, fun, light, not heavy emotional work like some of the other inner work tools. But I had a moment of doubt. Was this a real tool? Was there action? And where was that? Like the doing, the work? Where was it? But then I started to explore how I could or would show the steps to manifesting that were both fun, but not too woo woo and felt like maybe fun work. In researching several sources of guidance on manifesting, I learned about the need to take inspired action, which means following your intuition and doing things that make you feel good and aligned with your goal. I recalled myself only days earlier encouraging workshop participants and the larger membership that they were invited to light their candles on the last night. I mentioned this was literal. And the intention was to manifest a lighted path despite what darker problem brought them here. Before the workshop and during, I prompted us all to light our candles. I lit mine during the workshop and I trusted those ready would do the same. I was acting as if they were all doing it with me, as really having fun, feeling it was true, and that last and fourth workshop did feel different. It felt like I had kept a promise to begin something for others, with others, but also for myself. And I was having much more fun the last night than all the others when I was in ego doubt and insecurity, waiting for them to like it rather than feeling I was keeping my promise and manifesting my vision. I realized then that a true relational healing phase tool was taking shape. My initial cynicism became an opportunity to show that there's another mindset we can move toward, the mindset of doing and being as one, like two sides of the same coin. Not a coin for spending, but a keepsake, a reminder of alignment. So think of it this way: do her and be her, or do him and be him, or do them and be them, depending on your preference. This removes the ick of passive wishing and hoping and replaces it with intentional action and embodiment. We'll follow the steps to do and be in right relationship with the person you want to become. If you're looking for someone, this is the very person your ideal partner wants to meet, know, date, marry, and stay with. Even more, this is the person who understands what abundance truly looks like for them. Eureka. So, what happened next was a mini manifesting moment. As the idea began to take shape as a tool, I had to pause and return to my full time work as a trauma therapist and licensed therapist. My last client of the day was on a profound journey, discovering what it meant to be in right relationship with his manhood and masculinity. After receiving difficult health news, we worked on cultivating the mindset he needed to stay the course. He shared a song that was helping him process the diagnosis. The song centered on the word provider, using the term Jira, and we agreed it could help him envision who he wanted to become, someone grounded in faith and hope for life beyond the diagnosis. Yes, sometimes therapy gets spiritual. Don't tune out, lean in. When life demands transformation, you have to dig deep to manifest what you want. And here's the key: it's not about what you want for yourself, but what you want from yourself. If you focus on what it will take from you to become that version of yourself, you'll find that what you want will follow. So it started to boil down to this. It was happening everywhere. This tool was manifesting itself in my sessions, in me, in my writing, and in my workshops and intensives. After this session, I searched what is the root word for provider. And I got, I got origin of provide, from Latin providere, to provide for, from pro, beforehand, plus videre, to see, which I am now interpreting as the following. A provider mindset helps you see beforehand the meaning and purpose of the things we go through, such that going through things is a vision rather than a struggle. So now I have all the components of my remodeled program for manifesting. The first step is to access a provider mindset. Breathe in and feel yourself lift your breath all the way up so that you're breathing into the top of your head. And even above that, feel your breath float above the crown of your head. Just feel it right now. Then say to yourself, right now, I am going through blank, self doubt, and I already see the meaning and purpose. I see the struggle with fill in the blank, self doubt possibly, as a hard classroom. I am good enough to take this class and pass it. There are no better or worse grades, no good or bad scores to get. I am enough. So I'm just going to repeat that one more time. Right now, I am going through blank, and I already see the meaning and purpose. I see the struggle with blank, and as a hard classroom. I am good enough to take this class and pass it. There are no better or worse grades, no good or bad scores to get. I am enough. So, manifesting rewired, here are the steps. Now, a key component of these steps draws from my somatic healing background, which recognizes the power of something called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new pathways and connections. In essence, this is like creating new programming for your operating system, and it requires a practice you're willing to commit to daily in your body, hence somatic. This practice integrates a right relationship with yourself into every part of life: your movements, schedule, communication, rest, food choices, and emotional processing. For these steps to truly take root, they need to be repeated consistently for 45 days. Now, why 45? Because that's the age I'm turning this November, and I want to honor my life experience in this post. Step one: get clear on what you want and set the intention. Every day, open a journal and get clear on what you want for your day and how that relates to what you want in your life right now. For example, if you want to find a life partner, a higher income, better work life balance, better body image, or better friendships, what do you want this day to be like? This is very confronting. You may have to go to work for the next 8 hours and feel like there's no way. Find a way to write this. I can't possibly. Mindset. Do the writing. Do the writing. The first step is to get clear on what you want. What are its qualities, the values involved, and the characteristics that you are looking for and what you want? What are your deal breakers and non negotiables? What are your preferences and desires? Write down everything that comes to your mind and be as specific as possible. Then, how is your day going to connect to this in one small, medium, or large way? That's up to you. Every day can be different. So, I'm going to provide an example because where would we be without examples? Get clear. Here's an example. I want a partner who can talk through hard things so we can grow together and become emotionally safe places for each other. Someone with a stable sense of self who values my insight and sees me as inspiring, not threatening. A partner who respects my peace with intimacy and never uses it for ego or control. Someone who understands parenting as shaping a child's mind and wants to model a healthy, stable partnership. I want a relationship where we dream and build together while honoring individuality and create love and memories daily. A partnership that feels equal, united, and committed to share goals. That's a real combined get clear statement from some several workshop owners that I combined to workshop goers that I combined together. Now, the intention for this could be I can work this into my day by staying committed to not avoiding moments of self neglect, such as when I rush through showers or eating to get to the next thing. I don't want a partner who would treat me or life like that, so that's how I have to be today. Okay. So that's get clear and set the intention for your day. Step two, set your intention statement. Now, this step, second step, cannot be skipped. It would be easy to. You already did a lot, but it is essential to set your intention statement. This means that you declare to yourself and the universe that you are ready and willing to receive your get clear vision all day long. You can do this by saying a positive affirmation. Using the example above, one might say, I'm attracting love every day in small and large ways. I'm open and receptive to love and meaningful partnership. Another example, I could say, I'm worthy and deserving of a loving and fulfilling relationship. So that's what you kind of carry with you all day long. Now, really, I'm open and receptive to love and a meaningful partnership. You can also write your affirmation on a piece of paper and keep it somewhere you can see it often, such as your mirror, your wallet, your purse, your phone. Like you could put it as a wallpaper or even as a screensaver. Be creative. It's not cheesy. Put it into a ring that you wear around for the rest of the day. Match it with your style to de-cringe it if this is hard for you. This is not cheesy. This is key. Repeat your affirmation daily, preferably in the morning and at night, and feel the emotion behind it. Yeah, it's a lot to do it for 45 days, but you are so important. And having fun with what you want is part of the healing journey. It cannot always be hard and grueling and problem based. Step three, raise your vibes. The third step is to raise your vibration. This means that you need to feel good and happy and match the frequency of love, support, motivation, or prosperity and abundance that the Get Clear has in its energy. You can do this by doing things that make you feel joyful, such as listening to your favorite music, watching a funny movie, spending time with your friends and family, doing a hobby or passion project, practicing gratitude and appreciation in small things, meditating and relaxing, exercising and eating well, and the list could go on. The more you raise your vibration, the more you attract positive people and experiences into your life, including your vision or aspects of it that may come in smaller ways. Step four, let go and trust the process. The fourth step is to let go and trust. This means that you need to release any attachment, expectation, or doubt that you have about your manifestation. You need to trust that the universe has your back and that everything is working out for your highest good. You need to surrender to the timing and order of things beyond your control. One of the best ways to let go and trust is to practice detachment. Now, detachment is not about giving up or losing interest in your goal. It's about being okay with whatever happens, knowing that you are always supported and guided. You can practice detachment by living in the present moment and enjoying the journey, smiling inward more often, being flexible and open to different outcomes and possibilities. Avoid obsessing and overthinking about your manifestation. Avoid a lacking or a scarcity mindset. Having fun and being playful with your manifestation. Saying, this is already better and thank you to the universe. You know this is already better if you're doing this. This is already better than what you have been doing. Thank you, universe, for this idea. Step 5, take inspired action. The fifth and final step is to take inspired action. This means that you need to follow your intuition and do things that move you closer to your goal. You need to act as if your manifestation has already happened and behave accordingly. For example, if you want a meaningful partnership, hold doors for people who could use the assist. Consider a better relationship with your phone, like texting supportive, have a great day rather than aimless scrolling. Remove old partners from your phone or social media. You will think of great things. I know you will. Some concluding remarks. As always, I'm using the tool right alongside you, and all therapy goers in 2025 and beyond are too. This is a community, and I encourage you to feel that family. We work on things, we face things, we want more emotional stability inside so that we can relate responsibly and heal the fractured and dysfunctional patterns by passing along our a little bit better to others. That matters. Your growth is everyone's growth. And just as a reminder, find that concept in full force by following our podcast version of Holding Space. The link is in the Substack article in the program notes on YouTube and the podcast. But Enya, everyone needs you always is real, and that vision happened 3 years ago when I opened up that company. So believe that everybody needs you to do this work. We need each other to do this work. Lastly, I'm adding a new feature to the Holding Space subscription, Holding Space Plus. This means that as a paid subscriber at just $5.99 a month, you can direct message after a post and share what came up for you, just to me, as well as the feedback you would like. 1, do you want affirming feedback? Or 2, maybe you want guidance-based feedback. 3, maybe you want a specific therapeutic plans to incorporate into your therapy. Or 4, you just want me to validate points that you feel you process through reading. It's up to you what type of feedback you would like. But an important note, this is not a therapeutic intervention and does not include the essential component of getting to know your personal story. Please consider this as one supportive piece of your healing journey, ideally alongside therapy if needed. It's not intended for crisis situations or unprocessed trauma. If you're seeking professional support, you can find a therapist in the link. I link you up with Headway. That's a really great source for searching for therapists, and you can read all the profiles until you feel like you find a match, and they can hook you up immediately through your self-helping methods if they're covered by your insurance. When you're ready, proceed past the paywall to join Holding Space Plus. We're glad you're here. Past the paywall is where you can do the messaging if you feel like that's right for you. Heal on, everybody.